put another stitch in this flag thinking about that blasted tax on tea. It's robbery. Every cup costs more silver than the sugar that sweetens it.
You're not alone in that anger.
The whole of the colony is upset. Wake up, Patriots! Wake up, Patriots!
It was the full moon or what, but
well, we had full moon last night. Yeah.
Well, I saved $250.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Because I get progressive lenses, you know. And
you're not going to be a progressive now, are you?
No.
El Giorgio. Jorge.
Wait a minute. The Halloween show isn't for another few weeks yet.
No, this is my undercover outfit that Tom Holman sent me when I got the phone call yesterday.
Oh,
I'm working undercover. I'm working undercover.
So you're going undercover, George. You're a G-man now, are you?
Yeah, this is...
Pablo, wait, hang on. You should change that four in a row on the bottom, the Pablo Giorgio or something.
So I never heard any of it. And so I went back, and then, what was it? Somebody wanted to see some of the show. I turned it on for them. I watched it on TV, and I hear these sound effects. And I'm thinking, now I get it, because a couple of times last week, I see chicks like cracking up and smiling, and I'm thinking, nobody said anything funny. What's she doing that for? And then, so chicks, I got a phone.
Hasn't done the insurrection.
Rico.
Oh,
hey.
Rico.
George, did you hear that? Oh, Rico, don't bring up your pool boy again.
We need the picture in there with George, the big-ass rum bucket.
No, it was hot.
We got you with the picture of it, George. So technically, no one has to know it was Trixie's.
It's en route, but I will get on text. I can get on wireless on the airplane, and I'm allowed to text. I can't stream though.
You know, the weird thing is, you guys. What?
Wait, shut up a minute.
Oh, what?
What? Shut up. You shut up.
Shut up 1 minute, woman.
You shut
Listen,
up.
Mark, I want to know how many people noticed that bomber on that desk.
Oh, the terrorist did.
I spotted that right off the bat.
I'm just saying, I want to know how people noticed that. You got to put that picture up again.
Yeah, can you put that picture up again?
What picture?
The one with Trump.
President Trump in the Oval Office when he's got the bomber pointed right.
No, I don't have. I took it out of my feed thing over video.
Come on.
Guys, shut up, Jesus! Everybody.
Okay, everybody's just got to go after.
And it's Frisky Friday, finally. Been a long week. I don't know about anybody else, but it's been a long week for me. So there's Joe. Let's put him. There's George. And there's Mark. And you notice Sean's missing. He's on a plane right now. He's not landing until 9:20. So if he gets in, it'll be at the very end of chat.
It's gonna be one bomber.
Did he take his makeup girl with him on the plane so he can at least get there on
I don't think Lana was real happy about that. I don't think she wanted him to. I think she put her foot down on that one. I don't know. It's been a busy week though, very, very busy week. And we got
a lot of stuff going on, that's for sure.
Yes. So I'm gonna whip out a prayer here and say happy Friday. We're gonna say happy Friday. Let's give thanks to God, our Heavenly Father, for all his gifts so freely bestowed upon us, because every good gift and every perfect gift is from above. And that's James 1:17. So amen.
Before we start the show, we want to bring up a special person up on our prayers for today.
Oh, yes.
If we can.
Okay.
People keeping thoughts. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, George. I know you're talking about my mother-in-law, and so I do appreciate all the prayers that have come in from all the Patriots. Just want to say thanks a lot for that.
Appreciate that. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's rock and roll.
Yeah. So we were talking about well, you want to talk about Iran first, because Iran's they're exploding over there. You starting already.
Iran.
Yeah, but everything's going out now. They had the Revolutionary Guard was in there, and they were shooting people up and everything and kidnapping people and stuff yesterday. And there was a lot going on, but there's even more. And I want to play this because it's pretty interesting. This is somebody that lives over there, and it's some of the things that they've noticed in the last day or two.
Netanyahu's wife is in Miami with her son. Most checkpoints in the West Bank are clearing up. Rumors of attack on Iran and Lebanon. Maduro, Venezuela been kidnapped. They're getting shelters in Israel ready while Netanyahu's wife is in Miami with her son. So many news and reports. Missiles and warplanes and American soldiers are moving around the Middle East. Something big about that. The ICE agent shooting the woman in Minnesota in her face. So much distraction on the media. Something big is about to happen. Allahu Alam. Something really big. Recognizing Somaliland, visiting it, normalizing with Syria, visiting Trump and coming back from Netanyahu. Something big is about to happen. Keep it wide eyes, all your eyes are open. Something big about to happen. Allah yustur. My guess, Lebanon or Iran. Keep your eyes open.
See, that's what we were talking about, and with Iran doing that, and then all those reports of like Delta forces being in Iran and all the movements in the Mediterranean and everything. There's a lot of stuff going on. So I don't know if it's people that are, if it's our troops that are back there to back up the revolt in Iran or what.
Well, supposedly
I sure hope
shots
it's
are
not
not going to roll in.
Yeah.
Well, there's already reports of Delta force in there, so there's something going on.
I hope not. I'm sure we have CIA operatives there, and I'm sure we've been in touch with a lot of people in Iran who real Persians who would rather go back. Iran was once a great place. Iran was actually a mostly Christian country too.
Yeah, we played a reel the other day
over.
about the whole thing, about what it was like and everything. But what was it? The report we had the other day, George, and they were saying that there.
I just put it up the clip about it.
Where? Which one?
Next to the second one there with his gorgeous face on it. What do you call shot? The Ayatollah.
Oh yeah,
that's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, he's on his way to Moscow. That's what I heard. He's out of there.
And in Iran, they cut the internet off yesterday, and there was a lot of stuff going on. But this is another one about Iran, and it might explain it just maybe a little bit better.
The next 24 to 48 hours might change everything in the Middle East. India and Australia has asked their citizens to leave Iran immediately. Russia अपने citizens को Israel से evacuate कर रहा है. Russian embassy in Israel is closed. Massive US military deployment in the Middle East. P-8 Poseidon, MQ-9 Reaper drones, C-17 Globemaster, ये सब deploy हो चुके हैं in US air bases in the Middle East. Some unverified sources also claim that the Delta force जिन्होंने मदुरो को capture किया था has been stationed on the Iraq border. And all of these things are not normal. They show that in the next 24 to 48 hours, we might see a coordinated US-Israel-led strike on Iran. And if that happens, Russia might join the game because US and Russia tensions already बहुत बड़े हो. कल US ने Russia का एक sanctioned oil tanker seize कर लिया था. And Russia has threatened US with a possible naval missile attack. So next few hours are very crucial. Many more updates on my stories. Stay tuned. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.
I feel like to get up right now and get a 7-Eleven coffee.
I know. I really want a Slurpee after all that.
Yeah, but Red was saying she watches this one guy that comes out of Iran, that Tusi, and he's pretty much saying the same thing, that there's movement going on and everything. And what we were talking about, like with the oil, if the United States is actually going to go into Venezuela and everything, and they're going to have to do something with Iran because Iran's going to retaliate.
Yeah, but I still feel, my 2 cents here is I think that President Trump and we, the American military, are too smart to do something like, there's no reason for us to send Delta Force or anything like that. And especially if the reports we see, like I saw something last night that they said over 1 million people, as a matter of fact, President Trump tweeted out late last night that over 1 million people in the streets in the second largest city in Tehran. And if that's the case, we don't need boots.
Who do you think got him out in the streets, Mark? It's the CIA. That's who's over
the
there.
CIA. Yeah, that's different. Oh, that's different. I mean, we've got operatives. I'm sure we've got people that have been dealing with a lot of the family of, the previous Shah of Iran. A lot of the old what am I trying to say? The old elite class in Iran, they've been pissed off this whole time. They're still there, So I think there's a lot of forces that want to get rid of them. I am just skeptical of us actually taking overt military action, and especially in league with Israel, because we could just blow the whole frickin' Middle East up that way. My opinion. We'll see what happens. George is gone again. Damn it.
Yeah.
I heard that. Okay.
Okay, well, I'm going to play this one because this one's pretty interesting.
It looks like the Ayatollah's days are numbered over there in Iran. Look at them all. That Iran is ready to topple. Venezuela has already toppled. Now, where do you think China is getting their oil from? 90% of the production in Venezuela, 75, 80, 90% goes to China. Iran, 80 to 90% of their oil goes to China. Well, now we control the oil in Venezuela. So now we've cut off half of China's oil supply, and the rest of it coming from Iran, that government is ready to topple. You say, why does that matter? Well, a country can't operate without oil. How is China going to invade Taiwan without any oil? You see how much bigger this deal is in Venezuela than just going in and capturing a bad guy that does narcotics? Much bigger than that.
That's right.
Yeah. So if they have to take away Iran's capability of giving China any oil. So that's why I think that most of the stuff that we're seeing reported, like Red said, like that Tusi, his sourcing is impeccable. Everything he's ever said has been right. So why would they not go make sure that Iran, the United States has an interest in that? Because then otherwise they're going to be going up against China.
The most important issue is the majority of oil of Venezuela went to China.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way Russia could get rid of their oil because of all the sanctions they got, they had to go to Venezuela to trade to their ships so that the oil could be shipped out so Russia could make money.
Mm-hmm.
So the deal was what they did, if you notice, it crippled China and Russia, and Russia's going to make the deal with Ukraine soon. These are the games that, like President Trump does, this chess playing games that are amazing. But everything was planned for that reason, and he did not put the woman in charge in Venezuela yet, because there's still cartel there, and also there's some generals that still have billions and billions of dollars offshore. And why was it all that area in the Caribbean? Because of the offshore accounts of the banking industry. So all this stuff is in play. Exactly what's going on. And if you put that next picture of President Trump's hand, I told the other day, I said, I was going to say something about this.
I think we had that up the day before yesterday. Yeah.
Did you pay attention yesterday?
Yeah. Yeah, because Barry was on.
I said to you, the reason why I said we put this up.
Yeah.
This is the spearhead. Trump, when he speaks a lot of times, even when he's with the world leaders, he has his hands this way, and it's the head of the spear. And if you notice in the middle of the spear, there's the Air Force, right? There's the Space Force symbol. So these messages that are going out, that they're going to say that it's unbelievable. And the first step was Venezuela, which was planned for a long time. And about Iran, there are CIA operatives in there, and a lot of people of Iran are working for the CIA, like we always do with all the. That's why Trump was so pissed off about Afghanistan, because of the military base that was there. He even wanted to make a deal with the Taliban to get that base back, and they don't want. But I think they might change their mind now because they say the Taliban sees all this shit going on. But that Air Force base was very important to them because it was not far from China. and not
Bagram.
in.
Yeah.
But sorry.
I just said Bagram Air Base that you're talking about. I still suspect that President Trump is going to take that back. I really do. And I think it's important that he does. I really do.
Well, I think he will now because the Taliban seeing all the shit happening, and they don't want to lose their power. And the way they did, especially what happened in Venezuela, that they took out 70 Cubans, which they said were citizens of Venezuela, which was bullshit. But now Cuba's being crippled because that's the only way they were getting money from Venezuela and the oil. There's all this. Everything's in play here, and people must understand exactly what's going on.
And George, just logistically, I couldn't help but think the other day, of those 70 Cubans, they say that 32 of them were his direct, like, palace guard. I mean, they're like right there in the front yard of the palace. And if you imagine these Delta Force guys or whatever these, special forces, American soldiers that came in, and they kill off 32 of these guys without a single American casualty. But in a small area, I mean, they had to be stacking them up like cordwood. I mean, literally, just imagine what it looked like 5 minutes after they showed up when they were carrying, Maduro and his wife out of there. I mean, these guys are just a lethal group. I mean, there's no question about it.
They are
make you proud,
This is something I came across last night, and this is part of what makes me think something is really going to happen. Cheryl Wachter had it on Facebook, and it's the United States Post Office sent out letters to all their employees, and in it said that there's an impending. They sent out letters that said you have to carry essential services during a time of civil unrest or an epidemic. The last time they did that was during COVID when they shut everything down. And so this went out this week. So they're either talking about Minnesota or in that those protests are going to keep going across the country, or else we're going to be doing some kind of movement, and not necessarily war, but some kind of a military operation where there could be civil unrest. So why else would that letter go out if they had never done that since COVID?
Well, if you don't know, as they say, if you don't know, now you know.
Yeah, and that was all to all the mail carriers, and I got the copy of the actual letter too. She had that. I seen that last night, and I was like, well, that kind of bolsters everything that's going on.
Yeah.
But the other thing I wanted to say is about housing. Did you hear about Trump? He's buying $200 billion worth of mortgage bonds.
Yep.
Yeah. And I know that doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about, but I knew I'd forget to bring it up later.
But that's important, Trixie, because also, maybe more important than that, he also signed an executive order. He did it, not the auto pen, but he signed an executive order where he's basically going to try to make it impossible for these big companies, like a lot of people probably know.
Oh yeah, BlackRock can't buy. Yeah.
Biggest financial, hedge fund company on earth, and they've been buying up hundreds of thousands of single family dwellings, and then renting them out to Americans. So they're just
you know who they were renting them out to? They were renting them out to the illegals, so it was a money laundering operation. So the money was so it was totally going out. It was everybody was pocketing on that. But with what you're talking about with Trump doing that with the mortgage bonds, he can go ahead then because it's Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. He might be able to enact with the portable interest rate. So if you go to buy another house, you can use that interest rate, and it would be run under that Freddie Mae and Freddie Mac.
But I'm just saying it's a dual pronged attack. He did the thing with the mortgage bonds, but at the same time, he is making it illegal for these big corporations to go and buy these up. And as he said, homes are for families; they're not for corporations. And I love that. It just shows he is the people's president. He is looking out for us.
Put that thing up about the mortgage, the bonds and stuff. I know you just talked about it, but it's right here.
Yeah. So that what I was saying about that, like what he's saying, he could go ahead and do another thing too, like where you could get because it would be the government owned, he could make a program where, like, if you were a first time home buyer, that you got a 0% interest rate or no down payment or something like that. And because it would be Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, he would have the authority to do that because of the government being involved in that.
You got to remember, the procedure that he's doing with this is different from what the procedure what Bush did in 2008. What was it? When the market collapsed and the banks were doing with the mortgages
2008.
and everything else. What?
2008. That's when Bush destroyed our economy and collapsed the markets. Yeah.
But he bailed out, and this would prevent that happening. That when the people have the mortgages, or they're going to go for mortgages, even if they owned the house before and they're going to buy another house, it's still going to go under this program, so people can afford to buy the houses. Because if you keep on moving real estate, that also helps the economy of the United States. So he's trying to do all these stuff that the fake news media don't want to cover.
Yeah, let me add to that too, because the banks have shorted silver really, 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 really bad. Now the Fed has been going. The Fed has been buying the repo bonds from the banks. New Year's Eve, it happened right after the banks opened. At the beginning of the new year, it happened again. So there's one big bank somewhere in the system that is failing, and they're buying the repo bonds and everything like that, so it doesn't fail. Now with him buying the 200 million or the 200 billion in the mortgage bonds, if that works out right, it'll actually help keep the banks from collapsing with the shorted silver. But if you have silver and it keeps going up, hang on to it. But if you start seeing the price drop, get rid of it, because it's going to go down so low at one point that it's not going to be worth very much. But that's what's going on. There's a couple different underpinnings that go along with the mortgage and with the silver, and that's all interconnected. And it goes back to GameStop too. Now that was all those people that bought GameStop stock years ago. And with GameStop, what they did is they bought all the shorts, and it was all people that were on the internet. It was a bunch of internet geeks that did it, and they're preventing right now. They shorted it so bad that the banks that all held GameStop can't even sell their shares anymore without losing their asses. So there's a bunch of different things that are tied together, but the banks won't fail like what they did in 2008 with the bond purchases for the mortgage. I just wanted to make that point because with the oil, if it does drop to like $1, a gallon or something like that, we'll be doing really good. And without the banks and everything, here comes the golden age. But you just have to trust. Everybody says trust in the plan, but we really don't know what the plan is. Yeah. See,
And I think this is a perfect time to announce that Trixie now every Wednesday is going to have Trixie's financial show, where she's going to be giving stock advice. And
yeah, that's the only thing I know about. But I was trying to figure out why the banks would why the silver was so shorted. And then when that mortgage bond stuff came out, it was like, hey, that it's saving the financial sector. And with Besant in there, that's probably why this stuff is going on. And it was a real smart move for him to do that, because everybody's liquid. Your liquidity, your equity, all that is in your home if you're a homeowner. And so we're not going to take the hit. And with him doing that, it's going to pull the market, it's going to flood the market with houses for sale for everybody that's been sitting on them for a long time that wanted to sell and couldn't sell because of what's going on. So there's going to be a good market. So the equity should go up in your house. So it's a really good thing for everybody what he did. That's all I wanted to say. Yeah. But they're talking about the companies that say they'll buy your house for cash. Yeah, those are probably agents for BlackRock, is what I would think, because they don't. Yeah. I see that on here too.
I get those all the time. I'm so sick of it that
I get things to buy my house all the time too, and I'm just like, nah.
And if you ever listen to them, they're going to offer you about half or less than it's worth. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But I've actually got a property on the market for sale right now, and somebody called Marjorie's cell phone looking for me, saying, "Oh, I represent a group of investors that want to buy that property from you." And it's like, it's on the market right now. Why the hell didn't you just call my real estate agent? So I never even bothered calling him back. But there's so much crime. There's so many slimy people out there doing things in that market right now. It's not even funny.
Yeah. Well, let's go to losing your shit. We'll do something funny because it's 25 after and we've been pretty serious here.
Let's do that.
Okay, ready to go, guys.
Years ago, we began the day prayerfully. We had a Zoom call with our members because it was the time of COVID. And on that call, I said, this is the Feast of the Epiphany. This is an important Christian feast. And let us hope that that word epiphany, which means we also not only a feast of the Epiphany, but the idea of.
And what about if they shut down the grocery stores and we have to hunt for our own food? Okay, I don't know where Little Debbie lives. Okay, do she live next to the Muffin Man? You know what I'm saying? Is she in the forest with them damn twin sisters and brother?
Don't want to jump into conclusions or conspiracy theories. I don't know if you guys have focused on this, but have you ever seen a fat woman go missing?
What I think, but you invaded the country. We went into the country and we seized the leader of Venezuela.
Damn straight we did.
Come on. Sicker than your average. Hopper twist.
I've never heard of a deer calling competition. Leave it to our German friends to give it a go.
I don't think I've ever heard of.
Oh no! Oh, no, Ken. Well, now that's one way to call your wife.
Oh my goodness!
Good God! My God! This is obscene.
Before we get into a clinical diagnosis, I think it's important that Dr. Hafer and I show you a few images. Go ahead. Patriotism is racism. How does this make you feel? Sexism. Corporate greed. It's a bird. It's a bird. Fucking people. It's actually, everything's gonna be just okay. Oh my God! Easy. Here. Hold on. Breaths.
Yep. This will guarantee 100% prognosis. This is the most difficult card you're gonna see.
I know you might consider some of our medical practices unorthodox. Before we get into a clinical
That was pretty good. It didn't have anything to do with anything, but I thought that was hilarious. That's a good idea. I'll take that. You know what? We got breaking news. We have a special guest joining us to talk about a lot of things that are going on in the Middle East.
Hello, America. Hello, how are you? I'm here to report about Iran. I am disguised. I think I'm disguised. I really don't know why I'm disguised. I was supposed to burn my burqa yesterday, but I forgot. Does anybody have any questions?
Akafah, why aren't men in burqas?
Oh, boy, you got rid of Akafah there, man. She
must have been a terrorist strike over there.
Boom! Why are men in burqas? I'm out of here. Oh, man.
I think Akafah had to run
them off. Yeah. You know how to run them off, Trixie. Holy crap. What does the president think of that? George looks a lot like the president today. I don't know why. And he's a lot quieter than he usually is.
I like that placeholder. I think it's pretty funny. We should. Sean needs one for when he's gone to put in his chair so he can because he can't get little George up high enough in the chair to show up for the camera.
I think just like a huge pencil with a watermelon on it. Although that's not nice to Sean at all.
Oh, but, it looks like Akifa came back. What happened?
They killed my internet. Sorry, I don't know what to do. I'm waiting for Elon Musk to give us Starlink because we have no cell phone.
Oh, I thought you were in a bomb shelter or something.
Do you see a clock?
I just got to ask, Akifa, did you ever spend any time in New York? Because I almost sense a little bit of a New York accent going through with your Farsi.
Yes, I had a 7-Eleven until the Indian took over. If anybody could get coffee, it'd be very, very fine.
Do you have a Somalian daycare center?
Yes, I do.
Don't they all?
Yes, I do. I'm making $1 million a week, thanks to the United States government. Very nice. Plus, my mother was in Bangladesh being taken care of with me and my brother that we had not sex, but we were married. So we can take care of our mother, but our mother was in Bangladesh while we were getting money from the government.
Do you have any pictures of your low IQ kids?
No.
No. Pretty straightforward. I always wondered, Akifa?
Yeah, Akifa.
I just wondered, Akifa, when you guys have sex, do you actually take the burqas off, or do you just do it like through the burqa?
No, we have to disguise ourselves as goats.
I'm waiting for that to come up.
More attractive that way, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good and bad.
Well, I thank you very much for being my time because I'm sweating my balls under this burqa that I'm fucking wearing to help all the people in Iran.
Thank you, Akifa, and fight. I know you guys can get your country.
Oh, you better run, Akifa.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Bye, Akifa.
You better go.
Iranian got it coming after me. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Akifa. Boy, she got off a lot quicker the first time.
Yeah, I think her internet got dropped real quick there. I don't know. I got something pretty funny, though, to follow up with that. Since it's about Somalians, too.
Even Somalians, they're not black. Like, they're black, but they're not, Like, when an American black guy sees a Somalian, he's like, that's a weird-ass hitch. God damn. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Somalians, I mean, they are similar to blacks. They do steal, but they... It's a little more sophisticated. They had Tim Waltz at the head of it. And fucking Ilhan Omar running the defense. Ilhan Omar. I love that. You're just supposed to accept that. Who's in charge? What's her name? Ilhan Omar. Oh, fuck. Like, I'm just saying, I've never seen whatever she's wearing on her head, and it made me happy. Like, I've never seen a hijab and been like, oh, good, they got hijabs at the airport today. Perfect. I was worried there was going to be all white people in this. I just came from Detroit. They got fucking women with hijabs on the runway, fucking. With a fucking hijab on. I'm like, she put something in the wheel. How is she just allowed to be out there like that, willy-nilly?
I just thought that guy was funny, the way he was talking about Somalians. Like, what happened to their head, Because when you look at all the daycare owners, they all had like that weird-looking head from all the inbreeding.
Hey, George, I think you went to the bathroom or something, but you missed a really good guest that Trixie brought on.
I know, I missed it.
I think you would have some really good questions for her, but
Oh
we
yeah,
did our best, didn't we, Trixie? But
I
I think
appreciate it.
George
Thank
could
you.
have done a better job.
I hope everybody
But
enjoyed the special guest we had in the chat.
It
from
was
what I
hell
saw in
trying to
chat, I
get.
think they did.
Yeah, it was hell trying to get that connection all the way over into the Middle East, though. But you know what really threw me off? Being in the Middle East, they had really nice appliances.
Yeah, we got that from Mexico.
Yeah, for being in,
They got
and
that from
Denise,
Mexico.
hey, Denise is saying, George, you look all sweaty.
I was sweating my balls off on that burger. Everybody knows it was me. We had to have something up with about Freaky Friday. I'll tell you that much. We planned that one. So,
well, I see Greg FL for Trump is taking Tigger to the cardiologist. So we'll just Tigger, Greg, have a good one, and I hope the checkup goes well.
Everything keep up.
Hey, if I could, since it's really early in 2026, and this is also a lot in the news, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Darwin Awards. Darwin Awards, where it basically recognizes individuals who remove themselves from the gene pool through just extraordinary foolish actions that they take. And I just got to say, this is just a conspiracy. Maybe I'm right, or maybe not. But I'm just wondering if this chick Renee Nicole Good in Minnesota, I'm just thinking that she just wanted to be the first entry in the 2026 Darwin Awards. And when you think about it right now, she is in the lead. She is in first place. I don't know if she'll, hold up for the next 11 months, but good for her. I just wanted to give her the thumbs up. Good job. You finally got your name out there.
Yep.
Just say it.
Well, we got to see what's going to happen. There's so much stuff going on now. They're picking. Here's the best one. Now they're going to pick a special attorney of the Department of Justice to inspect all these fraud. But you want to hear what the but is?
Yeah.
The but is it's got to get approved by who? The Senate. Instead of doing, do this right away. No, you got to have the hearing.
Of course not.
Oh, please.
Oh yeah, John Thune and all those cocksuckers are gonna.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna slow it down. It's Friday, Trixie.
They got the one. They still got the one about the voting on this desk since April 10th.
Yeah,
and Trump mentioned that at the meeting when he was addressing Congress. I mean, this is.
At the same time, Trump's praising these assholes. I love President Trump, and I do truly believe there is no man on this planet that could be doing a better job of trying to save America than President Trump. But I'm getting really frustrated with him treating these freaking rhinos with kid gloves. And I know he watches our show, so I'm just going to say it really quickly. If he would follow Ronald Reagan's lead and go around these bastards and say, you know what? You're all fucking slow walking me. You're all trying to stop what the American people elected for me. And I wish he'd do a joint session of Congress and look out at the American people and say, okay, everybody over there, the Democrats, they're all scum of the earth and they want to destroy America. But these guys, these Republicans, they're coming out blowing smoke up your ass. They're saying we're going to do all these great things for you. And then you vote for them and they sit there and they obstruct and they stop everything. And I need you, the American people, to back me up as the president of the United States and light a fire under these guys. And I think if the president got out and did that, and I literally mean it, a joint session of Congress, whole world watching, and just tear those assholes apart. Just go, you know what? These guys are all scum. They all promised you everything. They get in their seat, and then they give you the big FU, and they're shutting down everything we're trying to do. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out. And since I know President Trump listens, President Trump, I'll text you my phone number. I can talk to you in detail about it later.
I like that was funny about the movie Airplane when they blew up the co-pilot. Remember? RD both just put it in the chat. That movie was fucking hysterical.
Well, let's do trivia real quick since we didn't get it done yesterday. So I got, who was the U.S. president who served the shortest term in office?
Oh, I know that.
So who is the president that served the shortest term in office?
I know that.
I'm waiting for answers here.
There should be a lot of them presidents that should have had short terms in office.
Yeah. Come on, somebody. We're watching chat here. Martykin says Ford. And just to get mine in there, I'm going to say Dodge. So we got Martykin says Ford. Universal says Ford. Mark said Dodge.
I'll say Chevy.
MLP says Ford. Pat Carr says Garfield. Dr. Kurt says Garfield. DTAF. Am I saying that right, DTAF? DTATH says Harrison. USN Ford, Sergeant Ford, 1978. RD Bull, Biden. That wins because that asshole never was president. So 0 time is the shortest. Aunt Jenna, say again. Man K, McKinley. Angels Awareness says Harrison. MLE says it's not Ford. It's one who died after 30 some days in office. Oh, good.
The question was, who was the president that served the shortest time in office?
Yeah.
They asked me to repeat the question.
And I see ML Heath is giving some good clues, it sounds like. But just saying it's not Ford. Angels Awareness. I like the Biden answer, and so do I. Loves Christ. What was the question? Which
I'll give the answer right
the
before
shortest time?
Right before we leave today. I'll give him the answer. Stacy, don't ask Google. Go to DuckDuckGo or Billy.
Billy does, yeah.
Is Billy home
All
today?
right. Well,
Billy
I think the answer has been given, and there's several people that
Who's choking? Are you all right?
Me, I'm choking. And my allergies are so bad today. I don't know what it is.
Hey, did you guys hear? I know George was talking about Ilhan Omar and funneling millions of dollars. Did you guys hear yesterday that the House of Representatives actually did the right thing? They cut this earmark out. Apparently, Omar was funneling $1 million to a clinic for substance abuse that was actually being run out of the back of a restaurant by 3 people who all live at the same house. And that was sailing right through Congress. It was just about to get approved. And I forget who, I think it might be Nancy May. Somebody, they spotted it and they stripped it out of the bill. But that just shows how blatant and right out in your face these people are about it. That just happened yesterday.
Okay,
I had that. What time is it? I don't know if we're gonna. I got that clip from Ed too, when he was talking to what.
Yeah, it's not down there though.
I'll put it up. I didn't know if you want me to do it.
Yeah, then we'll do Trump Truth.
Hold on. Why did my mini? I was trying to practice it. There you go. There you go.
Great state of South Carolina. Welcome back. Happy New Year.
Sure am. Thank you so much, Ed. Great to be back on.
How poetic that the Border Patrol chief himself arrests a violent leftist outside the so-called Quality Learning Center where this scandal under Tim Walz began. Tonight, the governor is calling up the National Guard, as you heard, but Vice President Vance says the governor is a joke. Your thoughts?
Well, certainly, and I think the Governor Tim Walz needs to be re-educated on the Constitution and federal supremacy and the Insurrection Act. Yesterday, he was declaring war on the federal government. Can't do that, but as long as he's keeping Minnesotans safe in the critical infrastructure, I don't think anybody's going to have a problem with that. But he needs to be reminded there's only one commander-in-chief, and that is Donald J. Trump.
Absolutely. I want to give you a live look right now in Philadelphia. Some of these protests are now spreading. There's a very large group of people, as you can see, in the streets of Philly. Again, looks peaceful right now. We've seen some of these leftists in the blue cities, whether it's anti-Semitic protests previously against Israel, or recently they were supporting Nicolas Maduro and attacking President Trump over that. Now they're upset about the situation in Minneapolis, so we'll monitor this. But many of your Democrat colleagues in Congress are fanning the flames, like AOC, who said last night that this was murder, and she flat out said, quote, murders in cold blood need to be prosecuted. Your thoughts?
Well, AOC clearly is trying to incite violence, but she also didn't see the video. We've all seen the video, the front of the vehicle, where the officer, the ICE agent, appears to get struck. And in the other videos, he's limping away after he gets struck. And he was firing his sidearm out of self-defense. And so, number one, I am so grateful that that officer is back home and safe and recovering. But we need to make sure we're doing everything we can to protect those who protect us. Every single law enforcement officer, every ICE agent who are enforcing the law and keeping us safe. I am so grateful for Secretary Noem, Vice President Vance, President Trump, who came out strong, who came out forceful, and who would not allow the truth to be hidden or covered up. They got out there, they got ahead of it. They were very honest and transparent yesterday, which is the best thing that can happen for the American people is honesty, transparency, and accountability. And President Trump delivered that yesterday.
Absolutely. No, but President Trump is being attacked, as I'm sure you're not surprised, by Jimmy Kimmel, who's holding up T-shirts saying Donald J. Trump wants to kill you. That's what it's come to with some of these so-called comics. And then one of your colleagues in Congress, Ilhan Omar, a member of the squad that you've taken on many times before, you're now
just yesterday.
Yeah, and you're demanding an investigation of these allegations the president's talked about, you've talked about her being married to her brother at one time in order to get into the country and deal with her immigration status. I want to read some of your tweets. The facts raise serious questions about potential federal marriage fraud, incest, polygamy, and tax fraud. The public deserves full transparency. If true, Ilhan Omar must be denaturalized and deported. Tennessee GOP Congressman Tim Burchett is siding with you. Others have also spoken out. What comes next in all this? Do you really think Ilhan Omar might be deported?
Well, Republicans and Democrats defeated my request for a subpoena last night on the Oversight Committee. Deeply disappointing, but that's what Washington does. They cover up for each other, right? There's always retribution, and those who try to expose this kind of thing, potential fraud, I end up being the villain, even though I'm just doing my job. And that's one of my frustrations. But she needs to be investigated. If she committed immigration fraud, she should be denaturalized and deported. Go back to Somalia. You love it so much. You want to put Somalia and Somalians first. Go there, take care of it. And speaking of Somalia, look at the fraud that just happened in Minnesota. We're talking about fraud that may account for more than the size of the Somalian economy, which is about $12 billion right now. I do want to say one thing, Ed, about the language and the rhetoric that's being incited by the squad, by AOC, by all the others, including Governor Walz. For years now, these Democrats have wanted to defund the police, defund ICE. They have villainized and dehumanized law enforcement officers, calling them Nazis, fascists, the Gestapo. And this is why there's so much political violence right now. That rhetoric is why Charlie Kirk is dead. It's why he was assassinated. And more violence will happen if we don't put a stop to it. And one last thing I want to say about Governor Walz and his comments yesterday. As a governor, you have an enormous and innate responsibility to use your words in a way that don't promote violence and promote responsible action. And what he's doing is promoting violence, and this violence is going to spread all across the country, and it's got to stop now, and he should resign from office.
Very interested, calling for his resignation. And obviously, you want to be the next governor of South Carolina, where you would have an opportunity to bring people together. I think you're right that so many people have been lecturing us for several years now about Donald Trump's words and how they want to bring the country together. And then we see what they're doing right now tonight. Congresswoman Nancy Mace, we appreciate your joining us. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, and God.
Yeah, important points that you brought up too, but it pisses me off. I don't understand why she's not removed from Congress and she's still on the Intelligence Committee. It beats the shit out of me, boy, and Johnson's responsible for that shit. So I'll keep on saying it all the time. I call them up every day, and tell them, but okay.
The uniparty will always protect itself, George. The bottom line is, once you get in there, you are one of the crime family.
This is good.
Yep.
This is very good. I like this one. Is this your Trump truth, or what is it? President Trump just posted.
No, that's not the truth. That's not the Trump truth. You're on mute, Trixie. You're still on mute.
Yeah, I would.
There she
No,
is.
this is what I put up. I wanted to get this in before the end of because everybody. This is pretty important with everything that's going on in the Middle East and in Iran and Iraq and everything. Trump pulled out of the UN Human Settlements Program, which means there was the other 66. So there's no more. He's not supporting the migration anymore. He's all this other stuff is all the DEI stuff because Somalia is going to be running the UN or be the UN director, or they take turns like that. So with this happening too, this was a signal from a couple days ago. So with him doing this, it is showing that there is going to be some kind of movement going in the Middle East. And that's all I wanted to say. It bolsters up what we've been talking about because you don't do that unless you're planning to pull out of the UN. And if I was him, I would pull out of the UN if we're going to do what we're going to do with Venezuela and whatchamacallit, Iran, because the UN Security Council will go against the United States every single time. So that's what I wanted to say.
This next video, if we got time, it's good about exactly what the plan of Venezuela was, which is it'll brighten up a lot of people's eyes. What?
Let me get Mark's Trump truth in here, and then I'll play that video.
That's important. Go ahead, man.
Somebody's watching me.
Well, lots of great Trump truths this week, but with Tampon Tim and Omar keeping Minnesota in the spotlight, I decided to take this one from, I believe it was Tuesday, that President Trump tweeted out, Minnesota's corrupt governor will possibly leave office before his term's up, but in any event, he will not be running again because he was caught red-handed, along with Ilhan Omar and others of his Somali friends stealing tens of billions of taxpayer dollars. I feel certain the facts will come out and they will reveal a seriously unscrupulous and rich group of slimeballs. Governor Walz has destroyed the state of Minnesota, but others like Gavin Newsom, J.B. Prickster, and Governor Hochul have done, in my opinion, an even more dishonest and incompetent job. No one's above the law. Thank you for your attention to this message.
Matter.
That's it, George.
So
that's pretty quick that time, huh?
That's a good. No, I'm just saying it's everything true here. Well, and you know what's funny is jerk off Tampon Tim. He can't.
I call him Mr. Tampon.
Fuck him. Anyway, the whole thing is he said he's going to send a National Guard. He has no. Trump has the power to take over his National Guard and can put him in jail. I mean, these people are Mormons, and these other people believe it. Listen to the fake news media. They got that asshole mayor, that jerk off, whatever he was. I think his balls were left in someplace else where he is, but he comes up and he says they want ICE out of there. They have no jurisdiction over the federal government. They said putting that ahead, and they still didn't learn. People got shot. They still don't learn.
Yeah.
So they got to find out about the money who's supplying these people coming out to do. That woman that got killed was paid to do all those rallies and stuff like that.
Yeah. And she had been spotted in the same freaking car in Chicago, in North Carolina, in several places, and she had been following those ICE agents around for hours that day, obstructing them right and left. And these assholes in the mainstream media, they make it sound like, I even heard them, and I believe the mayor of Minneapolis came out and said, oh, a woman who was trying to make a U-turn in the street. She wasn't trying to make a U-turn in the street. She was chasing these guys all over and obstructing them.
What was important was what the fake news media did. They showed only the side shot of the car. Now, common sense. This guy must have been fantastic. I had long fucking arms to go all the way around to shoot that bullet in the front windshield.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
and then if you see the slow motion of the other ones, he was actually hit with the car.
I hate to sound insensitive. I hate to sound heartless, but I don't care. I'm going to say it. She took herself out of the voting pool. She took herself out of the gene pool, and the world's a better place.
Yep.
Just my
She
opinion.
she was just nothing but a hard ass activist that was a little bit
Yeah.
insane because who would leave 3 children to go put yourself in that position
That
unless you're
just
totally
shows who she
nuts?
is. Yeah, she left her little kid. As I understand, she had pretty much abandoned the kids anyway. 2 of them she hadn't seen in months, and God knows what they were doing with that
Well,
other
her
poor little
girlfriend
boy.
got out of the car to film it. So
Yeah,
right there, yeah, I mean
she
That's
got the
what
best
that's
the
video.
intense.
That's
husband
the
drove him there.
ironic part.
The ex-husband drove him there.
Yeah,
Take him
of the
inside.
one, and then the one that got shot, her husband's dead, and the other one the one that survived put up a GoFundMe last night and has over $500,000 in it already.
Yeah.
And so it was all they're professional agitators. That's all they are. That's their job. So, but I like what JD Vance said about they're going to go after to find out who's paying for all this.
Oh yeah, they're going to do it now. Anyway, play this video. This is a very important video. Short.
Capturing Nicolas Maduro and transporting him to a U.S. federal prison to face charges, Trump announced the U.S. will run the country until a safe transition is possible. But what if the U.S. never leaves? The Petro reset breaks OPEC's global price monopoly. By seizing Venezuela's 300 billion barrels of oil, the world's largest reserves, the U.S. crashes gas prices to a historic $1 at the pump. This logistics miracle slashes shipping costs by 70%, cutting the price of groceries and goods by 30% overnight. Inflation vanishes as the energy tax is deleted, triggering a surge in domestic manufacturing. The currency collapse is solved by replacing the bolivar with the US dollar, stabilizing cost while zeroing savings. As a migration reverse brings 7.7 million refugees back to rebuild $400 billion in decaying infrastructure. The Southern Command expansion dismantles gangs and rebels, cutting crime by 90% as Venezuela becomes a de facto 51st state. This superpower pivot evicts Russia and China, freezing $60 billion in debt.
How you like that one? Isn't that cute?
It was.
And this is the plan. This is the 4D chess player. Like he says, stay with him. But everybody loves to stay with him. But the problem is what Congress and the Senate are doing. It's a shame. And these pieces of shit. I mean, look. Did we put that other clip up about the housing?
Yeah, we had about the mortgage stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that at the beginning.
The
So
the one about the money stealing, the 233 billion.
no, we didn't put that up yet.
We can put it up another time. But we got Wake Up Patriots convention thing. You could talk about that, Mark, if you don't mind.
Yeah, thank you, George. That's exactly what I wanted to do. And so we do. So far, we have over 20 people, over 13 rooms. I just blocked out another 10 rooms. So there's a lot of people who signed up, and next week I'll actually give a list of just the chat names. I won't give the personal names out, but
good.
I'll give a list of who we got. But there is a concern that I have. There's some conspicuous people missing. I noticed that we did get some guy called Sean Lucas. He signed up, but I got no Trixie. I got no George.
I'll take care of that after the show.
No, but in all seriousness, if you can see Trixie's put it across the bottom. Just go to wakeuppatriotsconvention.com, Wake Up Patriots Convention, all one word. Click on the register here. That just registers with me, but it provides you a link that takes you to our specially discounted page at the hotel where you can get your discounted room for $137 before taxes and all that shit. But it looks like we're going to have a really great convention there this time. And I am pretty sure these rooms are going to sell out. And Katie, my contact there, said that probably after this last group of 10, we've got 17 total left. And after that, they're not going to honor this price anymore because their hotel is going to start filling up and it's going to cost more and more. So 17 rooms, come get them.
Okay. Now we're going to do the trivia answer because everybody's asking about that. So the question was, who was the U.S. president who served the shortest term in office? And the answer is William Henry Harrison. And it was 31 days. And the first one that got it was DTAF. So DTAF, you got my email. You need to email me your address and I'll get you your stuff out to you. So I wanted to get that out. And then they're asking about the 2-hour shows next week. We're going to be running from 9 until 11 to cover 10 to 11 when Schwartz is at baseball fantasy camp. So that
when we
so
get
we'll
the
do
show back, I think we're going to start at 8:30.
yeah, but not next week.
The hour's going too. That's fading. The hour's going too fast, and we got too much to cover. And everybody's saying how fast the hour's going. So if everybody agrees to that, we might start at 8:30 and put up all the other stuff and wait for the chat to build up to see, and then cover the stuff we have to, because we got a lot of scuttle to lay out.
Yeah, and next Thursday, Alexandra Bauer. You know, you see her on Fox News and Newsmax and everything. She's gonna be on Thursday. I got a hold of her, and she's gonna come on with us Thursday. She's got a lot of different stuff to talk about, and it's gonna be probably about like Maha and that kind of stuff. So for any of you guys that got kids and grandkids that are interested in that, I know we're gonna talk about the food pyramid, the vaccine schedule change, and I think some of that's pretty interesting. You guys might not think so, but she's really good information on that. So that'll be Thursday between 9 and 10 on Thursday is when she's coming on.
So I hope everybody agrees to the 8:30. Sounds fine. You know, about the 8:30 to start the time at 8:30. I know there's people on the West Coast and stuff. Yeah.
Hey, and I'm going to have a hard stop, but I just wanted to welcome Professor Greg Muttley. Seems like a new person in chat. I haven't seen them. Anybody know
He's
who that
from Mike
is?
Schwartz show. There's a lot of Mike Schwartz people that come over here before.
I said Greg. I should have said Craig. So Professor Craig, welcome to chat there. You're welcome here.
Yep.
Yeah,
welcome.
We got Coco. She's from there too.
Yeah, Coco. Coco's good people. She's in Vegas. I
Hey,
think.
if they're in our chat and Red Ginger hasn't ejected them, they're good people.
Yep.
Red Ginger needs a zapper. We need to get her one of those wands with the fairy thing on the end of it.
Yeah. Or what are the,
Let me tell you
the
something.
taser?
The
Taser
funniest
type
story
things?
I heard about wands, it's not the Spanish name of wand, but the funny story I heard about wands was in Universal Studio with what's the name, Harry Potter there, and these parents went out and bought these wands and capes, and they would go around all of Harry Potter's town there and hit certain stuff, and they would work and light up the dragon or whatever they had, the candle, whatever they would point it to, it's supposed to work. Well, anyway, half of them things didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden you see the parents fighting with the kids to take the wand off of them. I'll show you how it works, and it doesn't work. And then they're screaming back and forth, and they're running back and forth. And that was a great story about that, because I saw so many parents pissed off with their kids. It was an enjoyable day to watch.
Stacy has a zapper. Stacy said she has one for all the dogs on her trash the trash route. You know, because they own a garbage company. So I don't know if I would zap a dog, but I guess if it was going to bite you, I would.
I would.
I think we should have one of those Star Wars laser fights with the, the long laser.
Hey guys, I apologize, but I had a hard stop, so I'm going to get out of here.
All right, take care.
Yeah,
And,
good day,
give our love
Patriots.
to,
Thanks, Trixie
Marjorie.
and George, and
I love to Marjorie. Tell her I said hello. I'm present with her and stuff like that.
I will, and when we do appreciate all the prayers. And everybody have a wonderful weekend. God bless y'all. And I'm going to go ahead and get out.
All right,
Okay,
take care.
see you, Mark.
Thanks.
Have a good weekend.
Okay. Yeah. Bye.
Oh, it's just the two of us.
Oh, really? In the mood to sing now?
Come on, you sing all the time. I'm not going to sing because everybody else snap off right away.
They're gonna read the show soon. What do you want to sing? You want to sing how I like to kill people? I'm gonna write up another song.
You can't. You don't want to sing that. You don't. You have to say on a live, people, or we're going to get kicked off of YouTube.
No, we're okay. All right. No, I meant not kill people, kill the, like the fish and the pigs and.
How about radio killed the what's it? How's that say?
Roadkill. Roadkill is good. Roadkill.
Oh, Roadkill Cafe. I should have played that today. That was funny.
Yeah, that was good. Roadkill Cafe is good, but it's just everybody has to. It's hard to say. I mean, the rest. I don't know what Pam Bonnie's still doing. She better put sunglasses on and play. But got me about what's going on. But
be like Stevie Wonder. She don't see nothing.
They should pull Omar out of that Congress. I cannot believe they have the Sergeant of Arms and he's allowed to do it. It's in the Constitution. It's in the laws. Even the judges can be pulled out. I mean, there was a big thing about it today.
I don't know. I have so much to say. Sometimes I wish we had more time because, man, I can get on a roll once in a while.
Well, I hope everybody liked the burqa. We were trying to entertain the Iranian people.
It's Frisky Friday.
I think the Iranian people appreciated that because the Ayatollah got pissed off. And let me tell you something. The Ayatollah had a lot of control over a lot of people because they owned all those coffee wagons around the Trade Center. They were always there every day except for 9/11. But that's another story I could talk about. But they had control because, you know, the Muslim people can't get money out of a bank. They have to get money from other Arab countries and stuff like that. And you know, there's a lot of stories that we will share during the week about exactly what's happening and what's going on. And in fact, they're looking for an imam. What the hell was somebody said?
I don't know, but we got to go. It's 5 after.
Wait, who said we got to go?
Because everybody's dropping off. They're going over to Mike's show.
Well, she does the rate, and then they go over there right away.
Well, no, some of them are already going over.
Okay, go. Okay.
So we'll be back on Monday at 9, and we'll be on till 11. So I'm gonna play.
Yeah, please, Red Ginger said, please. Yes, true. Please call up your congressmen and senators and tell them to pass these stupid bills because they got it. Even that district attorney going to do.
What song is this?
Angels carve the canvas of the sky. Wings of thunder, salutes in flight. A chorus rising in the falling light. We stand and listen as the anthem swells. Heartbeat marching where the flag dwells. Faith and family keep the candle lit. Honor holds us steady when the edges split. Hear the sound of freedom roll.
we're done.
Hear the sound of freedom roll. Passengers.